fourth Sunday of Advent, we prepare for the birth of Jesus. There's a very curious contrast, really, isn't there, in the way we celebrate Christmas. We see it as a beautiful story of the child Jesus being born in the stable in Bethlehem, and the shepherds being there with the ox and the ass, and there's that wonderful silence which expresses our hope that God has sent his Son into the world to be our Redeemer. But let's look at the other side of that story. Mary, a young woman in the late stages of her pregnancy, has to ride on a donkey for some 70 miles in order that they may fulfill the needs of the law to register under the census at Bethlehem. And when they get there, there's nowhere for them to stay. But the innkeeper says, well, at least there's a stable for you if that's what you want, if you can manage. And it's where they're staying that night that she goes into labour and she gives birth to Jesus. It can't have been easy. And they're away from family and friends and all the support that usually surrounds a young woman giving birth to her child. So it's a curious contrast, isn't it? Now this year, Christmas is different, and in many ways is going to be somewhat disappointing that we can't gather with as many people as we would like. We can't do all the things that we used to do at Christmas, but that is because we've got to look after one another in our pandemic. So there's a degree of disappointment. But let's you and I concentrate on that real gift of hope. God has sent his Son, Jesus, into the world to heal our brokenness, to guide us, to give us hope in all things, and to lead us in all truth. Wherever you are at Christmas, and however you manage to celebrate Christmas, let's go back to that real story, where in all the disappointment and the difficulties of the birth of Jesus, we see the real hope of God coming into our world to show us the way, to be the way, the truth, and the life for us. May God bless us all as we celebrate Christmas this year, and may the Lord stay with us on our journey.